we come together in a powerful way, and we're able to lift each other up and um, live better lives for it. And to me, that's the magic of it.
Just super diverse group of people who want to share their knowledge, spread their mental wealth to other people and just overall uplift and make people and the world better. So many new people come in and grow with us and give us your ideas and give us your feedback. And in return, we will give you a safe space to be artistic and be goofy and share your ideas and your art and your music and your photography and share all the parts of you that are beautiful.
This isn't just the end of season 1, it's the beginning of something bigger. In this special episode, we're talking about where we've been and where we're going, and how you can be part of a movement that's all about personal growth, connection, and transformation. If you ever felt like you wanted more out of life but didn't know where to start, this episode is for you. We're here to walk this journey together. Welcome to the Evolving Mindsets podcast. I'm your host, Clint Baggett, and I'm here with my co-host, Shannon Baggett. And we are the founders and creators of the Evolving Mindset online community. It's now available at www.evolving-mindsets.com. And this is our first episode. We wanted to introduce ourselves and tell you a little bit about the community and what it is that we're doing, and invite you to come hang out with us if you feel aligned and interested and be part of what we're growing together. So with that, you want to introduce yourself a little bit, Shannon?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Shannon, wife of Clinton Baggett. Clint calls me the curator of happiness within the website, and pretty much I run most of the social media feeds and all of the special interest groups within the community. I've tried to create as diverse of special interests as I could. We have everything from photography to parenting, film and TV. We've got a section for books. We have a section for nature. We have all sorts of stuff, there in the community, ways for you to share your interests and what inspires you and things you find beautiful, and as well as some courses that Clint teaches, which I'd love for you to talk about.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, we got a lot of great groups. One of my favorites is the one we call the fridge door, where we just post what you're proud of, so we can celebrate it and be happy and cheer each other on. I mean, it's just simple things that we crave in connection. And I think sometimes we don't really know until they're gone and we experience them again that we were even missing them. So, you know, that's my big call is come by and check everything out and see what you may have see what you may be missing, right? Maybe these are the things in your life that you're looking for. But yeah, I do coaching. So, after over 10 years in leadership positions and studying the human body, human consciousness, recovering from my own trauma, PTSD after the military, I felt very called to coaching and supporting. I love helping people. I love watching people, break through their barriers and have that moment where, the light goes on in their eyes and they can see the beauty in their self. And then eventually they begin to see more beauty in other people and kind of go through that internal growth of being able, knowing that they have the power to accomplish what it is that they want to accomplish. That was part of my journey. When I was in my early 20s, I was homeless, as you know, and when I felt like I had no options. I felt like I had, nowhere to go and nothing to do. I'd been taken out of school. I didn't have a high school education, really had nothing. And it was nothing but faith, right? I just started believing that, I could do more, that I could rise above that situation that I was in. And that I could find my path forward. And, so I started to figure it out, started to ask myself questions, and started to get curious about the world and pursue the things that I felt would move me in a better direction. And, 10 years later, I was making a six-figure salary and working for some of the top IT companies in the world. And, I went on to start my own business. And, in that time and coaching employees and working with many people, I developed a method of coaching that I call Find Your Path. It's very simple. It's not meant to be complicated. It's just based on these principles that there's a few things that if you'll reflect on them in any situation that you're in, they will start to bring clarity. And as you start to explore who you are and what it is that you want, finding that path becomes easier and easier, and to the point where I've found that you can really kind of dial your compass in so that your true north points at your highest potential, and then use that compass wherever you're at in life to help you make decisions, to help you find the strength to push forward, to overcome adversity, to resolve conflict, and to come up with innovative and creative solutions and just push forward. And so it's a very rewarding way of living life. It's a very rewarding method of coaching. And yeah, that's what I bring to the community, along with also I do leadership coaching. So I have a program called Crack the Code to End Division. Which explores concepts in leadership. So built off the Find Your Path principles, for a leader who is managing a group of people that you can respect as independent individuals with their own sovereignty, and that, your role as a leader is not only to be successful in business, but to help provide pathways for your team to find independent and individual success within their self. So you can what kind of principles do you do? How do you manage in a business like that, right? When sometimes the business need seems to take priority over the welfare of the people. How do you find balance? How do you make the business decisions? And honestly, it's not often as complicated as one might think it is. It just takes some reflection, some dedication, and also it takes a leader being truly authentic with their self. They have to really understand why it is they're in a leadership position and what that responsibility is. And that's what I coach people through in the leadership program, Crack the Code in Division, as well as strategic thinking and, how to make a 5-year plan for your business, all that. It's really it's fantastic. It's also really good work that I enjoy. And aside from that, I also do, mindset work, right? Meditation, mindfulness, calibration practices, things to help keep your body in shape, and keep your mind sharp, and keep you thinking well. So yeah, so there's a lot that I bring in, but that's just one aspect of it to me. That's my offering into the community. There are many other people with beautiful and wonderful talents, and as our community is growing and those people are coming on board, like, we just talked to a couple yesterday with incredible talents, and I'm so excited to see them coming in and joining the community, because they themselves will be able to bring in offerings and bring in support. And, the goal is to build the community up with people who care and people who are full of passion about living the best human experience they can and sharing that experience with as many people as possible. And that's kind of where the name Evolving Mindsets comes from, right? It's um, that principle of the person that, they're on a path to grow, to become more, to develop who they are, and they want to share that journey with each other.
Yeah, it's such an awesome thing that we've built, and I'm so excited to watch it expand and get more people into the community. I really feel like me personally, probably what I'm most excited about is just meeting like-minded individuals, people who want to move towards a better future, not only for themselves, but, for the world. People who like to create, people who are interested in learning new things and teaching others what they've learned. Um, and just, I've obviously known you for quite a while, being your wife, and
Mhm.
it's just,
Yeah.
as somebody who knows you, but knows the people that know you,
Mhm.
you have made a profound impact on so many people's lives. And I know a lot of them are really good about telling you that, but they've also told me that, and it's just something I think you can even tell by the way, if somebody finds out, like, I'm your wife, they're like, "Oh my god, I love Clint, he changed my life," and it's fun and rewarding on this end, to see what you've done.
It is fun. Yeah, I love it, and thank you for that too. Like it's and I could say every one of those people have changed my life in a fantastic way too, and that's the benefit of it, right? We come together in a powerful way, and we're able to lift each other up and um, live better lives for it. And to me, that's the magic of it. One of my early business mentors, told me, Clint, at a really successful business, there's room for everyone at the table. And I love this concept, right? Because it seems like a lot of what you get taught is about win-lose mentalities. But I'm like, there is win-win-win-win-win-win situations. You can have situations where everybody can win. But to get to those, you have to kind of sit down and talk and connect, and you have to learn how to respect each other's values and understand each other's differences and know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and then come together on a common principle or cause or purpose, whatever it may be. There always needs to be some kind of cohesive element that draws people together, and that moves it forward, and that element ultimately a lot of times will kind of determine the longevity of how long the community can grow together and how well they'll succeed. And that's why we went with evolving mindsets, right? Is we wanted to connect to something that can be that can be sustainable, right? We're always evolving. People are always going to be growing. There's always going to be new challenges. There's new technologies that come out, new methods of thinking. So much change is happening right now in the world that it's really hard to keep up with it as a person. Like sometimes I feel like this responsibility, as the community host, as a coach, like it's like, oh, I should understand and know everything out there in the world. It's just changing way too fast. There's no way to keep up with it. But what I love is in building all those relationships, I know so many experts in so many different areas that if when I get curious about something, I can just go, hey, so and so, like, what can you tell me about this? And like, what do you know about that? And start to get really good information from someone who has firsthand experience with the topic. And that's the power that I see in a community that's developed this way. And what's developing in our community is that you can get real world information from real world experience and feel more confident about it because you're hearing this from an actual person, someone that you can connect to, someone who knows your name, someone who has to, look you in the eyes on the camera or whatever it is, or hear your voice directly, someone that you're actually interacting with that can provide that support, beyond just, I know we do videos and courses and all that kind of stuff, but that's the reason we have the community there. It's not enough just to put the teaching and the information out there. We have to connect with people and let them know we're human. And I think that's going to become even more relevant in this day and age where how do you know if the person you're hearing is not an artificial intelligence, right?
Right. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm excited the most about within the community is being able to have such a diverse group of people where if somebody says, I don't know anything about, financial management. We would be able to point them in the direction of, person A. Be like, here, go talk to this person. They have tons of knowledge and they've even started maybe teaching within our community and they can pass on the knowledge that they have. Or, maybe somebody is like, I'm interested in writing a book or, getting something published. And then we can go, oh, well, you need to talk to person B, and just having a just super diverse group of people who want to share their knowledge, spread their mental wealth to other people and just overall uplift and make people and the world better by providing, services where we can all grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the cool part about it too. And so where we can shorten that gap for people and connect them with someone who can give them good answers, or someone that's helped us or share that knowledge. I mean, that's awesome. But I also too, I love the questions that I don't even have the answers to, because we bring that question forward and then we work together to find a solution. Hey, you go research this, I'll go look at this, let's do this. And so, we'll work with our community members if they've found something that they're looking for, because that journey of learning together, then we can document that, we can capture it, we can put the information right there in the community portal, so that anyone else who has that question or comes up against that can now collapse time and accelerate their path to success, by not needing to reinvent the wheel, essentially.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, it's I don't know, I just get super excited thinking about it, you know? I think there's probably a couple things I would just want, people to know who are considering up. Um, we take this community very seriously, and will definitely strive to keep it a positive and loving place. No judgment, open-minded. We're there to grow together and help each other out. And you and I, especially, being the creators of it, have made a commitment to, keep a watchful eye. And, we have no issue kicking anybody out that is, causing discord or issues within the community. Like, we really want to just keep it a very loving and positive place.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I don't really care what people think or don't think about it. I've managed teams for years now, and, if you allow someone to come in and be essentially a bully in the community, fear sets in, people quit speaking up, innovation, wanes, competition takes root. I've been brought into companies to help them solve, problems like this across their community of employees. And it's just that there is a little bit of a barrier that you got to hold up. And it's not that the person's not welcome, it's that the behavior is not welcome, right? Because we all get there. I've lost my cool, and from time to time anyone can make a mistake, and that's okay. But if it's repeated, persistent, aggressive, assaultive behavior, absolutely, we're going to shut that down, because, a developing mind is a vulnerable mind. When we're exploring into the unknown and we're moving into educating ourselves about this, and this is one thing we miss so much. So many of our educators and our teachers and coaches, they take that military approach. And look, I'm former military. I get it. I understand the power of discipline and the benefit of it. But if we're really getting people to explore into a space where there's no real previous knowledge, there's danger there, right? We have to go in with some caution and curiosity, so that we can discover those things that can help us move forward. And that can be a very vulnerable time of exploration, of experimentation, of just expression of thought, and learning how to share what you're feeling and share what you're thinking and share your vision in a way that you can communicate it clearly without feeling that assault of someone is going to tell you that you're stupid or all that kind of stuff. You just get that nonsense out of there. I've never seen. I always say, if you can point out to me what you think is wrong or stupid and you believe that's a talent, you're silly, right? Like, it's just
Yeah.
not a talent. Anyone can do that, right? What I find as a talent is that when you can look at something and see the potential in it and cultivate an experience where that potential can manifest into an idea, a business, a success story, a breakthrough, and something like that. And that's where we focus. And so, yes, we do keep the container uh eh, on the loving and on the positive side, because look, it flourishes there. I've seen it time and time again. You get a team that's healthy, happy, communicating well, they have a high level of respect for each other, and the ideas will start to flow. And typically I usually find myself, trying to keep up with a team that has that environment, that environment's been created for them. So that's what we create, inside the community too, so that we can grow in respect. That's also why we don't advertise this as like, get rich quick, or the money maker, or all the typical hook and snare marketing out there, click filters and all these kind of things. This isn't, it's not a buzz. We do a 2-week free trial, so you can come step in, look around. If you're not feeling alignment to it, or it doesn't feel right, you know, there's no obligation. We're not going to try to hunt you down and make you stay or anything like that. Like, we want people to, in a sense, recognize that this is something that they like, and volunteer and contribute and become part of it, be active in the community, because it is an effort. And it does take, some self-reliance and some dedication, to come together with a community and develop individual and community goals at the same time and seek prosperity. That being said, as well as I do, working together with people, we've tripled their salary. We've helped them start businesses, helped them, get through some of the most difficult times in their life, go through from total financial breakdown to, back on their way up in restoration. And, it's a loving, patient work. I don't necessarily even like to rush it. Like, I like to take my time with it. I like to get to know someone, and I like to help people make decisions. They're really quality decisions, so they can make a decision one time and it will keep paying off for them over and over and over throughout the rest of their life.
Yeah, I mean, you've even had people say you're better than therapy, and I know that's like a really high brag. But
Yeah,
but I believe, truly that what you do, it's not therapy. It's it's helping people see who they can really become. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like, you're helping people to see their full potential, and you're really just sort of giving them the vehicle and the gas. Where they take it is up to them.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You're helping them, yeah, fix the vehicle and giving them the gas, and off they go, and they always are stick around, and, just to constantly talk about what a warm and loving environment that we both create. I wanted to say just you, but
you're a part of it. It's
but I
absolutely, I
am a
couldn't do
part of it,
without you.
and I know people say that, and I do. I take, what we've built in the community very seriously, and I treat it just the same way that I would treat somebody, coming into my home. I'm going to, nourish you and give you love and support and try to give you a safe environment where you can enjoy yourself as much as you can. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
I yeah, I really wanted, eh, like, the social aspect of the community, I kind of feel like is my niche,
yeah,
um,
definitely.
because I know that what I was missing in other social media communities and what I was seeing, and, a lot of the popular ones are like half ads now. I don't even get to interact with my friends anymore. I hardly ever see them on the feed. It's, you know, I don't ever go to read anything comments because it's always just trolls and nastiness, and it's it's sad because I do wanna be able to interact with people in some way, shape, or form on the internet, um, but nothing really feels good anymore, and that's kind of just been my driving force within the
Yeah,
community, is to just create a space that just feels safe and loving, you know?
yeah, and you've done that so well, and it's so good. Because even like family relationships, of course, my dad lives overseas and stuff, so we were using Facebook as a primary form of communication. And the community gives us access to move beyond that and start to have something that's a little more secure and stable. And also so that I don't have to, go through so many layers, like you said, of ads and stuff. But, and I want to call out and why it's so important that you provide that, that loving space, because the other side of this, and just so people know, we offer a welcoming and loving and supportive space, and there's a cost to that, right? There's a it's not free. It's not free for us to host it. We've invested a lot of money ourselves. We have no private equity investors or anything, no outside investors. It's all fully self funded through us, and there's a cost to it, right? So we have to charge something at the door, and where you provide that softness, I also have to be that firm guiding hand. Understand that that journey, that find your path process. When I took myself from being homeless to making the six-figure salary, no one was there to hold my hand and do the work for me. I had to show up for myself. And that's how we get through, right? Is showing up for yourself. The difference is when you show up for yourself, we'll be there with you, right? We'll be there to cheer you. We'll be there to support you, to make sure that when you're showing up for yourself, you have the best tools, you have the best information. Because if a person is going to show up for themselves, if they're going to own their life, if they're going to claim it and say, look, I want my life, I want to own it, I want to have the life I want, I know I deserve it, I believe in it, I want, or maybe I don't believe it, but I just really want it. I need, hope wherever you're at. If you're in that position where you're going, look, I want to take ownership of my life. That's what we want. We want to empower that self ownership, because that sense of independence, when a person hits that full independence and they can really respect themselves and others as individual people. They learn how to integrate, how to partner, how to communicate, how to build relationships, and they maintain the integrity of that time and time again. I watch people as they develop these skills and they build these relationships, their life becomes extremely successful. They become extremely happy. Their demeanor changes, their relationships change, their finances change, and it all starts from that core of a person has got to be willing to show up for themselves. So that's where I have to hold the hard line, is we're not going to do it for you. And we can't, because the truth is I can't. If you do it for someone, you'll always need someone to do it for you. You haven't really hit independence. You just got a band-aid, right? This is about taking ownership of your life, and for me, and for the coaching part that I do. So I say that, yeah, I get to be that firm hand and say, look, we're all here to play, we're here to have fun, and we're here to have wonderful lives. But we all have a responsibility in this. We all have a part to share. We all have, some work to do. And I appreciate so much that, you help soften that message, and you help bring in that love and reinforce that, yeah, I hold the space, we hold the space, but it is a space of love, it is a space of kindness, it is a space of great ideas, it is a space of prosperity, it is a space of healing. It is all of these things, and real human community doesn't have to be niche focused. It doesn't have to be about one topic. It doesn't have to be about the one thing you're good about. It can be about being human and being together.
Totally. Yeah, especially, right now I know there's lots of people out there trying to find a place where they belong, or just trying to find a space where um they can better themselves. And I we are that place. I feel honestly 100% in my heart that we're that place. And I I'm excited for people to just come check it out, and I know we're still small and we're still growing, um, but I would love to have, you know, so many new people come in and grow with us and give us your ideas and give us your feedback, and in return, we will give you a safe space to be artistic and be goofy and share your ideas and your art and your music and your photography, and share all the parts of you that are beautiful.
Yeah, and make lifelong friends and connections, and get to connect with people in different parts of the world. I mean, I've been talking to people in Germany and all over the place, and it is so fantastic. And yeah, I love it, and I love that you say that, and I agree. Like, it is a good place, and what's fantastic to me, I know right now, you that's listening to us, if you're still listening, it is the place for you. Come by. It's evolving, www.evolving-mindsets.com. There's a 2-week free trial. Come check it out, and see what you like about it. See who we are, and take a look around. You can set up I have a calendar link in there. set up a call one-on-one with me. I would love to jump on the phone with you, get to know you more, welcome you into the community, show you around, show you how to benefit from the tools. And and then, yeah, we're going to have the courses that are going to be coming out very near future. So we've got the first one is probably, I'd say, about 40-50% done. Should be releasing hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, but that's the core Find Your Path program. And these courses are really designed to help you find out where you are, get really clear on what your goals, your objectives, and what it is that you need to move forward in your life, and start making that progress right away with a community of people who are all trying to do the same thing, that are not specifically the exact same thing you're doing, but the same thing in so much as everybody's evolving. We're developing and moving forward in our life in that way.
Yeah, and I just wanna add, because you didn't talk about this, and I think you should have, is that you do offer weekly calls, not only, like, individual calls, but, community calls, like the Friday Unwind and Align, and it's just a Zoom call, everybody can jump on, you can just listen, you can get to know other people from around the country and around the world, and just get to know, like, face to face in a way, the people in your community. They're not just names on the screen.
Yeah, I love it, right? It is a good call out, right? So we do weekly calls, monthly calls, classes. That's the power of the community, right? And that's where, to me, it really breaks that barrier between, social media and so many of the things. And, like, you can go download someone's CBT program. Look, we've got them in our community too. That's fine. If you want to watch the videos at 2 a.m. in the morning because that's when you're awake and you have time, go for it. But we also have real human access, right? Like, talk to real people, meet real people, hear real stories, and bring your questions. That's what I love. I love it is that these things are so progressive. And as people, start to apply these principles and start to move forward in their life, questions come up because everybody's having a unique experience. So there's no way you can, come up with a plan that's going to 100% answer everybody's questions. But when the questions come up in the community, we all share, we benefit, we learn. And the greatest part is you can get answers faster. You can move quicker. You can be more effective with your time and your investment because we're this we all have one life to live. Let's live it the best we can. Let's allow our life to be something that we can be proud of, to be something that we can cherish, to be something that we know of, that is, that when we leave this planet, we're going to leave it a little bit better than the way it was when we got here. That's my highest desire, and I say it all the time. I just want to leave the planet a little bit better, at least a little bit better than it was when I got here.
Beautiful. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah,
Well
me too.
I think that just about does it for our first episode.
Yeah, so yeah, we'd love to hear your comments. We'd love to hear your feedback. Come by and see the community. And, as we go on in future episodes, we'll talk about the courses. We'll kind of dig into that. We'll talk about what's going on in the community. We can talk about, things that are important to you. Let us know what's important to you. Let us know what you're interested in. At the end of the day, we're here for you, and we're looking forward to meeting you.
So excited to meeting you.
All right. This has been Clint Baggett and Shannon Baggett, and we thank you so much for listening to the first episode of the Evolving Mindsets podcast. Thanks.
Love y'all.
Gonna find your path, gonna lead the way, stride through the storm, never go astray. Or whisper truth and let your spirit roar. You're a force of nature, crash upon the shore.